So internally, you have to be confident with yourself, fall in love with yourself, and really learn and spend lots of time and talks with yourself. If you have to get in front of the mirror to really get in deep with yourself, then do so. Welcome back, LinPRimpers, and if you're here for the first time, thank you for clicking. Sit down, put your feet up and relax. I'm a Nigerian lifestyle blogger who loves living a peaceful life, and this channel is all about peaceful living in this chaotic and dramatic world through my eyes. If you're all about living a peaceful life as well, then this channel is for you. Join us LinPRimpers now by clicking the red subscribe button on your phone, and if you're on your laptop, hover over the heart in the right lower corner and click the subscribe button. Under the umbrella of peaceful living, in this makeup episode, I wanted to touch on a couple of words and how they affect us. 4 words basically: self-esteem, confidence, arrogance, and pride. How do we differentiate them? When I was back home, I could eat anything and it wouldn't affect me negatively. I thought I was a fine babe, and then we moved overseas and add on puberty, add on new environment, culture shock, and attending and surviving high school, low self-esteem was born. Anytime I ate ice cream, peanuts, or anything with chocolate, my face would become Zit Village and Pimple Hill. My face would have different sizes of pimples. It'll get red and be really painful. I didn't know what depression was at that time. I was only 14 years old. I knew I was low in my spirit. I was sad for a lot of reasons. I had just left my home country. I left my childhood friends. I left my original life and was starting a new life, a whole new life, starting a new journey. All that had an impact on myself as a whole person, and I felt like I didn't have any avenue to pour out my heart. I felt all alone, even though I wasn't alone. In addition, with learning everything all over, my pimples ravaging my face, my self-esteem plummeted. And I wanted to believe that everyone goes through this at one point or the other in their life. So at this point, I'm going to define these words. These words are important because there are fine lines between them. And our physical appearance has a factor to play in how we see ourselves and how we behave in public to others. I added a Bible verse to them because there are reasons why we do what we do, stemming from our spirituality, right? And I don't want people to get confused on the main reason for this channel. It's all about peaceful living and at the end of the day, resting in peace. Self-esteem is confidence in one's own worth or abilities, while self-confidence is a feeling of trust in one's abilities, qualities, and judgment. Now, on the other side of that is arrogance, which is exaggerating or disposed to exaggerate one's own worth or importance, while pride is a feeling of deep pleasure or satisfaction derived from one's own achievements. For my wedding, I had a makeup artist do my makeup, and for the first time, I actually looked in the mirror and saw an exceptional person. I saw a face that people will definitely want to look at compared to my pimple face, my scarred face, and my inconsistent skin tone face. Do I beat myself up for these? Absolutely not, because I know that we are not perfect, but makeup helps to accentuate what we already have. I love natural makeup look the best because I'm not drawing on what I don't have, just beautifying what I already have. It is very important to be very self-confident in how we look, how God has made us. Otherwise, I feel like you enter into this world where nothing you do to your outward appearance will satisfy you. So internally, you have to be confident with yourself, fall in love with yourself, and really learn and spend lots of time and talks with yourself. If you have to get in front of the mirror to really get in deep with yourself, then do so. In regards to the words for this episode, here are some images to help us differentiate between these words. So the first image we're going to look at is confidence versus arrogance. Confidence is when you believe in yourself and your talents. When you are confident, you help others correct their slip-ups. Right? When you're confident, you are not afraid to admit your mistake and you learn from those mistakes. When you're confident, you empathize with your co-workers and work as part of a team. When you're confident, your body language is pleasing. When you're confident, you have good listening skills. You are a good listener when you're confident. When you're confident, your accomplishments speak more. Versus being arrogant. When you're arrogant, you feel yourself as superior over everybody else. You revel in the blunders of others. You are so happy when other people make mistakes. You want to show to everybody that, oh, this person made a mistake. When you're arrogant, you never admit your mistakes and you provide justification to everything. He always shows he is right. When you're arrogant, you dominate others for mistakes and eventually lose the trust of the team. Your body language is dominating. When you're arrogant, you are not a good listener and you actually interrupt conversations of others frequently. That shows that you are arrogant. When you're arrogant, you brag about yourself to get attention. So confident people show what arrogant people tell. I'm learning a lot from this. This is another image that I thought was interesting. Arrogance is founded in weakness and it feeds on insecurity. So that's like the foundation of arrogance. You are actually weak, so you're trying to hide it by being arrogant. All right. A confident person talks to other people because he doesn't doubt himself or his values. He doesn't doubt the value of his ideas, while arrogant people talk to powerful people just because they want to be seen as one. A confident person will admit ignorance because he doesn't doubt his intellect, while an arrogant person wants to show that he is right because being wrong hurts his credibility. A confident person approaches strangers because he doesn't doubt the value of his company and conversation, while an arrogant person walks through his networks because he already knows they accept him. A confident person acts like a fool when he feels like it because he doesn't doubt his worth, while an arrogant person acts like he's confident all the time because otherwise people might stop taking him seriously. So something with self-esteem with me is that a lot of people will see me as confident, right? A lot of people see me as confident. I'm not overtly, oh, I know it. I put myself in the background for a reason because you don't want to put yourself in the front all the time, right? You want to be humble. I feel like I feel like I'm a humble person because I don't think of myself as knowing too much. So most of the time you see me in the background. When I started YouTube, I know a lot of people will be like, oh, Lara, you are so confident in yourself. And actually, that is actually just me trying to push myself to be confident. That's actually me pushing myself and doing the uncomfortable things that makes me uncomfortable. That's actually me telling myself and pushing myself to be in the forefront to actually get rid of those feelings of low self-esteem. So being on YouTube is actually one of the ways that I try to make myself more confident in myself. And now when I'm the one watching my videos the most, because you know why? I'm like, wow, look at what I'm saying. And I think people will learn from this. And I'm watching myself and I'm like, putting out videos have definitely boosted my confidence to a very high level. As in, I've pushed myself from that feeling of, oh my gosh, I'm scared. I don't want people to look at me. I don't want people to see my pimples. I don't want to putting videos out and actually loving myself and actually appreciating myself for putting myself out there. So if you want to be confident, do the things that makes you less confident. And then watch yourself and look at yourself. You'll be like, wow, I am proud of myself. So definitely that's an exercise for you. Do what makes you less confident and you'll actually realize that you are more confident than you are. All right, self-esteem versus self-confidence. Self-esteem is the general impression you have of yourself, while self-confidence is situation specific. So you might have a high self-esteem in general, but in a specific situation you might have a low self-confidence, right? And Let's read on. Self-esteem is a form of self-love and how pleased you are with yourself in general, while self-confidence is the amount of trust you have to do a particular task well. Self-esteem, you can have lots of self-confidence and have very little self-esteem. Self-confidence is easier to build. Okay, build self-esteem by identifying your values and use them to guide your actions. Now, on the other side, self-confidence. Practicing something builds your self-confidence. So I guess me putting videos out, that's actually boosting my self-confidence. Now, when your self-confidence becomes high enough, that can in turn build up your self-esteem, your inward feeling of how you feel yourself. Makeup kind of helps to break that barrier, right? Physical first, then spiritual. And then it's like a cycle. Physical translates into spiritual, and then spiritual translates into the physical. So in the beginning, you might be using makeup to kind of break that barrier, right? Now, when you're confident in yourself enough that you don't even need makeup to show your face. You don't even need makeup to show your best, You don't even need makeup to show up. That's when you know that, your self-confidence has helped to improve your self-esteem. So I don't see makeup as do or die now. I mean, back then I don't even see makeup as do or die. I just saw it as an avenue to kind of, look a little bit better than before. I don't know how to explain it, but I hope you're catching something. All right. This image talks about self-confidence and self-esteem is like a part 2 of the first one. So self-confidence is how you feel about your abilities, while self-esteem has to do with how you feel about your outer self. So the other one that I just talked about said self-esteem has to do with inner appearance. So basically it's how you see yourself internally and outwardly. Self-esteem is like a whole package, I would say. How to recognize if your self-confidence is diminished is you always doubt yourself. You say things like, I can't do it. You say things like, I'm not smart enough to go back to school. Self-esteem on the other side, how do you recognize that it is diminished is if you are constantly downing yourself. I'm not pretty, I'm too fat. That's when you know that your self-esteem is coming down, right? So how do we boost self-confidence? You say things like, I can and I will. That's what I tell my kids. Don't tell me I don't know how to do it. Oh, it's so hard. And I try to boost their self-confidence. Say, I can do it. When you say I can do it, then you will realize that you can actually do it. When you say I will do it, that means, you kind of boost yourself and then you do it. All right. You don't say, I tell my kids, I don't want to hear, I can't do it. In our house, that's not something we say. So how do we boost it? Questioning your self-doubt, trying something new. I love doing something new. Definitely. I love trying something new, because how do you know if you can do it if you don't do it, if you don't try something new? Right? Self-esteem, how do we boost it? You do I am affirmations, enhance your appearance, getting dressed up, putting on makeup, self-acceptance exercises, right? All these can build up your self-esteem. And I believe we are on the last image, and how to boost your self-esteem and self-confidence. Your self-confidence. Stop being overly critical of yourself. Do exercise. Get a pet. I'm not the type that I'm going to get a pet. I really would like a pet, but I know I'm not going to do well with the pet. So that's not for me. Surround yourself with positive people. I hope you have learned a lot today, and leave a comment if you have learned anything from this episode. So when you are looking good because you've been transformed by makeup, that does not mean now that you look at everybody else in a disgusting manner. Your choice of using makeup to hide your skin flaws doesn't make every other person beneath you. There are people you meet who are extra confident in themselves when they have makeup on, and they behave differently when they are makeup free. That's the purpose of visiting these words. We still need to be kind to ourselves and others. We still need to remember that makeup is not permanent. It's only temporary. Our behaviors should be constant and not change just because we look different with makeup. That's all for now, LinPRinPers. If you're still here at the end of this video, thank you very much for watching this episode. Ask questions if you have any. Leave a comment. You can like this video by giving it a thumbs up so that YouTube knows that people are watching. Click that subscribe button if you enjoyed this episode so that you'll be notified first of new uploads from me. Let's continue to love our neighbors as ourselves, and remember to rest in peace. We all need to be living in peace. Stay blessed. Bye-bye. You see me in my next one. You see me in my next one. See me in my next one. You see me in my next one. Bye.